Hello online Business 410 students. My name is Nicole Lytle-Kosola and I am your instructor for this online summer class. I wanted to take a moment to do a quick introduction, talk about some of the policies in the syllabus, and go over Blackboard and where we will find your assignments. So in the syllabus, which is up on Blackboard now, you have my information. The easiest way to get a hold of me is probably going to be using one of my email addresses. I will also schedule online chat sessions a couple of times a week, and I'm going to post a poll which you'll be able to vote in to figure out what time of the week, what day and time of the week will be the best for most students. So I'll also be reachable via online chat. Okay. This class is going to introduce you to some of the values that information systems create for organizations. So most of you, I assume, have probably used information systems using your smartphones, other devices, and are pretty familiar with some of the things that businesses are doing nowadays. What we want to show you is how do you look at those systems from the business side? How do you, as a manager, decide to invest in an information system or not to invest? So we're going to give you some of those tools to help you do that. We're also going to explore some of the uses of Excel for data management using pivot tables. We'll talk a little bit about those assignments in a little bit though. Okay. The course materials that you're going to need: Loudon Management Information Systems 12th edition. You will also need access to some version of Microsoft Office. We're going to be using Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. Okay, because this is an online class, Blackboard will be used extensively for submission of all of your work, as well as a focal point for posting up announcements and information. So it is expected that you will visit Blackboard on a regular basis every week. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about some online presentation software. There is a group component to this class, and because it's an online class, your group is going to have to be a little bit innovative in regards to how you meet with your group, whether you are able to do face-to-face or not, or whether you use some kind of online tool like maybe Skype or sharing phone numbers or something like that. So we'll talk about that also. You're also going to need possibly need PDF for some of the documents that are up on Blackboard. Okay, so some of the course activities that you will be expected to complete in this class. The first, kind of the biggest chunk of the points that you'll be graded on comes from your group business project. Okay, in this group business project, you're going to create a business in your group. It will be up to you as to the type of business, the industry, but you will have to examine that business, create a report that will have some aspects of a business plan, but it's not going to be nearly as extensive. Okay, so in this project, you're going to be expected to apply some of the concepts that we talk about over the course of the class to this business that you've made up. Okay, and I will be posting rubrics for every part of your group project, as well as a more detailed description of what's expected for that project. You will also be doing a presentation. Now, the way that your group decides to actually do your presentation, everybody in your group should be a part of the presentation. You guys can try to meet on campus if you want to try to schedule a day for me to just kind of watch you guys present, or possibly doing something using Skype or some other tool. I'm going to try to get a list of tools that you might be able to use for this particular part of the project. Okay. You're going to be demonstrating your information technology skills particularly in regards to using some of the more advanced features of Excel through two application assignments. Each one is going to be worth 10% of your grade. And these assignments are going to be individual in nature. Actually, if we go over here to Blackboard and take a look in the assignments area, you'll see that both of these assignments are actually available to you now. One is going to be due Sunday, July 8th at 11:59 p.m. and the other one is due Sunday, August 5th at 11:59 p.m. All of your work from week to week will actually be due on the Sunday of the week in which it shows on the syllabus. I will probably update the syllabus so that I actually put due dates and times on there, because right now the dates on the syllabus actually show. All it shows right now is the Monday of the week. So I'll probably put another column in here that actually shows you the date it's going to be due. Okay. There will be 2 exams in this class, a midterm and a final exam. They will both be done using Blackboard, and they will have 2 components to each of the tests. You will have a multiple choice component, probably about 50 multiple choice questions, and then an essay portion, a short essay portion that you'll do. Okay. Class participation, because you're not face-to-face, class participation will be in the form of the use of discussion boards. I will post discussion boards for each chapter. There's going to be a few weeks where we're going to cover 2 chapters, other weeks we're only going to cover 1. But you will have a discussion up in Blackboard for each of the chapters. I already have, if you go over here under discussions, I have already put up the chapter 1 and 2 discussions, and I'll work on getting the rest of them done. But they each kind of tell you what's expected, what you'll need to do. For these discussion postings, you're going to have 2 postings per assignment. An initial posting where you answer the question that I have presented to you, and a reply back to one of your peers. And it should be a little bit more than just, you know, hey, I agree, or good job sort of thing, you know, a substantive reply, okay? And if you have questions on that, you know, you can post any just general class discussions up here in the discussion board called General Class Questions that will actually be available to you for the entire term. So that's going to be the easiest way to get general class questions answered either by me or by one of your peers. Okay. There's a section here on communication. Okay. The general discussion board, which I just mentioned, is the place where you should post any class issue you have, any questions about the class. Nothing personal. Don't post about your grades up there, because that's something you should probably email me about. But I want to get the general class questions on the discussion board. That way, if other people have the same question, I only really have to answer it once. It's going to be, you know, the answer will be here up on the discussion area. Okay. I'm going to be available via chat starting this week. I'm going to put up a poll. I'm probably going to do that probably tomorrow, which is going to determine the days and times per week that I will be available via chat. It'll probably be for, you know, chunks of a couple of hours a piece. One of the days and times is probably going to be on Sunday nights. Sunday nights are when all of your work is due, so it's probably going to be when a lot of you are going to be at your computers doing work, you know, submitting things through Blackboard, and so I'll try to be available at that time for you to just send, you know, quick questions. Also, I'll be available, I'm always available via email. You can make appointments with me. I live pretty close to campus, and I'm actually teaching a face-to-face class on Tuesday nights. So you can make appointments for me to meet with you face-to-face. I also use Skype. If you use Skype and you want to do something like that, I'm more than happy to set something up with you. You just have to email me and we can try to set something up together. Okay? General course policies, it's an online class, and the expectation is that you are going to have access to a computer with, you know, broadband internet capabilities. You know, computer malfunctions are not accepted as excuses for not completing assignments or activities. Things like your tests, which are going to have your midterm and your final exam, which will have probably give you a couple of hours to do each one of those. You will have to make sure that you have the time to sit down and be available to complete that test in those 2 hours. So if you're on a wireless signal and something happens, you know, you're going to have to contact me and we'll have to work something out. But it's going to be better for you if you're on some kind of landline, a more stable connection. Okay, there was already some questions in the general discussion board about management acceptable format. Management acceptable format is my term for work that is professional in nature. So I expect that your written work will be free of grammar errors and spelling errors. You will lose points if you do not have, you know, if you have any of those issues. Also, when you are including outside sources, I expect that you'll be citing your sources in correct AP8 or MLA format. It doesn't matter to me which one you use, whatever you're comfortable with, but you have to pick one and stick with it. Okay. Again, I mentioned that all work is due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday of the week, which is due. I accept late work, but it's a reduced rate of 50% after the due date, and it's kind of a continuing late penalty after that. So you probably want to try to plan on getting things done before this 11:59 date, this time on Sunday. Try to set time aside to get your assignments in, because if you wait until, you know, 11:58, 11:59, the links disappear. The assignment links disappear at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so you just want to be aware of that. I don't accept any late tests or quizzes. If I have any quizzes, it's most likely just going to be tests. So you want to make sure that you are available to do those at the time. If you have an issue, I try to work with you. You just have to let me know ahead of time. Okay? Nothing is accepted after the final exam. So after the week in which the final exam is due, I won't accept any late work at all. So you want to make sure that you plan ahead and get all of your work in before that. An atmosphere of respect for the instructor and other students is required. So there's going to be a lot of online interactions, discussion boards and other things. And it's expected that you guys are all, you're all adults, and that you can, that you will be able to, you know, show respect for others. I will step in if needed, if things get a little bit out of hand, but I'm hoping that won't be the case. You know, make sure that you are, there's no if you're caught with any academic dishonesty, you can be subject to a failing grade for the course. So that means you make sure you are doing your own work. Do not share work that is individual in nature with others. If I, you know, receive the same work from more than one student, that's subject to failing the class. Unauthorized copying of software data is unethical, against the law, against the policies of the University of Laverne. There's no opportunity for makeup work. A good grade in this class is achieved through consistent quality work. So you want to try to do well throughout the course. I don't offer extra credit very often, and so I would not count on that as a part of your grade. This is the general, these are the different pieces you're going to be evaluated on. The project itself, all the deliverables included in that, the presentation, your 2 application assignments, your midterm and your final exam, and then the discussion board, class participation. Okay, if you are a student with a disability, you should let me know, as well as contact students, services to students with disabilities, and here's the contact information, so that we can facilitate any accommodations that might be needed. Okay, this is the general schedule. This week of right here is the Monday of the week of. So yesterday, this is Tuesday, yesterday was the 4th, and between now and Sunday the 17th, which is the Sunday of this week here, you have a chapter 1 and 2 discussion board that you'll need to complete. You have a little bit more time this time because I'm actually giving you the half week this week and then all of next week. And you'll have discussion boards due each week. Application assignment 1 is going to be due on the Sunday of 7/2, which I think is the 6th or 7th, along with chapter 7 discussion board. Okay. Application assignment 2 due toward the end of the class, and then all of your group project deliverables are going to be due, as well as your final exam. For the midterm and the final exam, I will make both of those due the Sunday night before the week starts in which they're due. So here, you're doing your discussion board in the week of 6/25. I will make them available. I will make the midterm available starting at midnight on, midnight on 6/24. You'll have the entire week until midnight of the next Sunday to complete the midterm. Your chapter 5 and 6 discussion boards will also be due at that same time. Okay, so you'll get a full week to do the midterm and the final exam. Okay. This talks a little bit more about application assignment 1 and 2. You're actually going to be doing 2 exercises for a fictitious business called Ruby's Club. There are 12 exercises total, and it actually corresponds with a different textbook, not the one we're using. But we're just going to do the 2 assignments, actually chapter 4 and chapter 6 assignments. This is the URL where you can find the assignments. This talks a little bit more about what you need to do for those two assignments. Okay. So we can kind of take a quick general look at Blackboard. All of my assignments, this is the first page you'll see when you come in. All of my announcements will go here. And I would check this pretty regularly to make sure that there aren't new announcements, updates, things like that. In the information area, you have a copy of the syllabus I just went over. You have the lecture slides. These are PowerPoint slides for each chapter. We're actually not going to cover chapter 15, so I'll probably remove that one. Okay. In addition, I have a Tuesday night class, same class, but it's face-to-face. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to videotape my lectures from my Tuesday night class, and I'm going to make them available. So the first set, which is going to be chapter 1 and 2, I'll record tonight, and I'll make them available by Wednesday, by noon tomorrow. Okay, so they'll be here in this lecture video area. For your assignments, application assignment 1 and 2, these links here, this gives you information and tells you what is expected that you will submit. This is actually what it's going to look like when you see this. When you click on the name itself, this is where you'll actually submit your assignment. Okay, And if you read into both application assignment 1 and 2, you actually have 3 different files that you're going to be submitting. You must attach all 3 files before you click on the submit button. You cannot attach one file and submit. It will only let you submit once. And if you do that, you need to contact me so that I can reset the link for you, because I want to make sure I'm getting all of your work in one place through Blackboard. It's the easiest for me. Okay, so make sure you attach all your files before you hit the submit button. All of your group project deliverables will be in here. Right now there's nothing in there, but by the end of the week I'll put more information. I'm going to update my group project description, try to make it a little bit more descriptive, and put any other information on the group project here. Okay, here where it says discussions, general class discussions, chapter 1 and 2 so far, I'll be updating that to get the rest of the chapters up. You've already been placed in groups. This is what I see when I go into here. You guys see it's a little bit different. You'll only be able to see the group that you belong to, and I think there's like 3 or 4 people per group. Okay, so you want to make sure that you see a group and that you're available, that you're able to get into a group. If for some reason you added late or whatever, email me and let me know, and I'll make sure you get into a group. Okay, this is where you'll be doing the group project together. In each one of these groups, I've made available different collaboration tools. You have a file exchange area. There's a discussion board just for your group. Sending email to your entire group. So there's a lot of different tools for you to use through here, as well as, you should also explore things like Google Docs or Skype to facilitate your group project and your meetings. Okay, so that's just a little bit, that's a little bit of information just to give you a general sense of what the class is about. If you have questions, feel free to email me. Make sure that when you email me, you put that this is the online summer business 410, because otherwise I actually have another class, so I want to make sure I know where you're coming from. Okay?